It's us again. I hope you're not getting tired of our faces. So today I'm joined by Motivational and Sebastian, the wonderful man who's been organizing all of this. So yeah, just a quick chat between us and hope you enjoy. So Motivational and Sebastian may join me.
Hey guys.
Hi everyone.
Hey, how's it guys? How's it going?
Pretty okay. It's been a bit tough, but we're managing. We're trying our best. Yeah.
Yeah, it has been. So I think in the interest of time, I'll dive straight into it. So I'm gonna ask Malibaching a question, and then I'm gonna ask Seb a question, and they're gonna be different questions. Okay, so Malibaching, when and why did you decide to do your masters in AT?
I think I decided it's something that I've probably been interested in since maybe my undergrad. Kind of seeing all the other ATs before me and thinking like, this job's pretty cool, kind of a thing. So when the process started last year in fourth year and they were looking for ATs, I was pretty interested from the get-go. So it's kind of been something that I've been thinking about, like, throughout this career. And I think doing masters also just made sense because for me, I was kind of killing two birds with one stone. So being an AT and being able to do my masters as well, and then still being on track to, finish my articles in time. I think it was something that really spoke to me and really made sense for me. So I think, that was kind of the background into why I decided to become an AT.
I don't know why, but it's like you're such a perfect person for an AT for me. I don't know. It's just like people have been talking about you a lot and say you're an awesome AT. So that's cool.
Thanks.
Seb, I wanted to ask you, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Oh, that's a big one. So for me, I haven't really made up my mind yet. I can also add a bit to whatever King's question, but yeah. So I went into AT because I wanted to go. So in 10 years, I'm kind of hoping that maybe I could look at going into academics, kind of like returning and bringing it back. But at the same time, depending on how the next 2 years go, I could even decide just to stay in the article world and maybe go into consulting as opposed to article, because I do kind of like thinking out of the box. So at the moment, I'm at a split. I don't know if I really want to go back into academics or if I want to see what the working world is like and maybe go into business consulting. Hopefully, settle down. I don't know about having kids yet if we get onto the more non-work perspective, but definitely settle down with someone and planning a life, and hopefully benefiting people through a power couple. That's always been a dream, and it's quite weird, but I've always wanted that power couple, changing the world almost. So in 10 years, wherever I'm working, I'm hopefully just making a difference in people and benefiting everyone around me. Yeah. So yeah, basically, as long as I'm helping someone.
That's really cool. Well, you're starting out really well, so that's always a good thing, right? Okay, now I have a question for you both. So I don't know who wants to go first, but what's your fave thing to do to unwind?
Do you want to go first?
I'll go first. I'm such a Netflix and chill person, so I can spend my days just watching a new series that I'm into or a new movie that people are talking about. I think that's my favorite thing to do. I'm not that active. I'm not as active as I used to be. So jogs and stuff was something that I was quite into, but that's not me anymore.
Yeah, I like the way.
just have to be honest with myself. You want to make it seem like you're an outdoor, kind of person, and no, that's not me anymore. But yeah, definitely an indoor bunny, watching new stuff. Yeah, so I think that's what I do to unwind.
What's your favorite series at the moment?
Whew, what was I watching? There's this new series called Dark on Netflix, which is like a bit of like a mind twist. I just started getting into that. Um, but my favorite series of all time is Grey's Anatomy. I think I've watched the whole thing probably like 2, 3 times. So whenever I don't know what to watch, I just go back to that because for some reason I just keep like. I think in another lifetime I maybe would have become a surgeon, but it looks too stressful for me. So I think I'm in the right profession, but yeah, I think that's just what I've started now. MasterChef Australia. Oh, I'm so into that stuff as well. So yeah, between MasterChef Australia and Grey's Anatomy, that's my favorite series. Yeah, TV show.
And Seb, what's your favorite thing to do to unwind?
So I think I have the same thing as yeah, I think I have the same thing as Level. Like I used to go outside and play sport, and I was getting into playing cricket, but then with the lockdown that stopped.
Yeah.
But basically, I end up watching very stupid series, like those series that are sarcastic and make fun of the world. I love those things. Um, Playing those or watching those, and then I've also started playing a bit of video games with the other ATs, and also Dota. I don't know who plays Dota, but yeah, I play Dota. So yeah, I don't really run. Running's boring. I have dogs, so I do play with them as well. But yeah, I don't really do that much. I'm being quite boring, I guess, in the coronavirus.
What's one of the series that you like? The ironic ones that make fun of the world, like Rick and Morty.
Oh yeah, no, I've watched Rick and Morty. I think I've watched it twice, and then I'm watching Archer right now. A bit PG, about PG, so like. Yeah, so I've watched Archer. I think like I'm rewatching that. Bob's Burgers is another one. The Simpsons is another one. Like that was really like I've watched that. I thought was really funny. But I think Archer is one of my favorite ones out of all of them.
Okay, and then I have another one. Just quickly for both of you. I want one high and one low of lockdown.
Yeah, I think all of it.
Will you go first?
Yeah. I think let's just go with the positive one first. I think it's definitely, I guess it's a high end low. It's like it's spending more time with my pets because like the dogs are just loving it. They like see you here every single day, and like it's weird. They have time slots like every like hour or two. They come like sit next to me and just like watch me and like ask for pets. And then my dog will tap the chair until I actually give it love back. But that gets annoying sometimes because you're literally giving it love for an hour and a half. And then at the same time, when I go, because I'm doing the physical test on a Tuesday now, when I come back afterwards, they look at me like, how dare you leave us for a whole day? You've been here for like 7 weeks, continuously giving us love, and now you're just gone. And then for the lowdown, I think it's just like it's hit me a bit like reading a lot of the Facebook comments and just a lot. I think just conflict, anger, distrust against people, and like it's a bit sad sometimes seeing a lot of the misdirected anger, anxiety, and almost blame. And it's just like I think that's one of the lowest points for me. Is just we've come down from such a good high, winning the World Cup and all that. Kind of like bringing everything together, and this is just like there's a lot of conflict and passive aggressiveness among people, especially on like social networking. I think that's one of the lowest for me in terms of the lockdown.
Motivational?
I think I'll start with a low. I think for me, the lockdown kind of like ruined my routine altogether. Like, I think for like maybe the first few weeks of lockdown, my sleeping patterns were off. It just trying to get into the rhythm of things was just so hard because you wake up and then you do the work you're supposed to do, and then you just like chill, like you're not going outside, you're not doing anything. It was just really, really weird. Uh, but I think on the positive side, I did get a lot of time to spend with my family. Everyone was home. My sister was also back from varsity, and I was back. Um, yeah, so definitely spent a lot more time than we're used to with my family. Um, so that was probably a positive. Also, that period of lockdown when everyone was like cooking and baking banana bread and all those like weird stuff that they usually wouldn't do. I got into that a little bit, but then like after that, I was just like, I'm kind of over it. I think the lockdown was too long.
Yeah.
But I think besides that, I think it was just like a weird time of just adjusting. Like this is our new normal for a bit, so it was kind of tough making that adjustment. Um, Also, working from home is just like not the greatest. I think that um, I don't know. You miss contact with other people and like just the little stuff that you kind of almost took for granted is just like a bit different and a bit difficult. But trying to make the best out of the situation and yeah, I guess adjusting. This is not new normal for a bit. So yeah.
Cool, thanks guys. Is there any parting comments that you want to make or say?
I think for me, I think for me, I just want, uh, a little message to the students to know that you're doing the best that you can. This is on uncharted territory, and everybody's kind of like finding their way through it. Um, but try to get a routine, try to stick to that routine, and then everything else will fall into place. So, yeah. How about you, Sam?
And Seth?
I think I don't know if you guys seen like a developing theme in these videos is basically keeping your brain clear. And also like just keeping in mind that when you get through this, it just makes you better as a person. So I think just keep on like going forward. And I think the only way we can go now is forward. And I think students should just keep that in mind whenever they get forced or faced by a challenge. And a lot of you may not be happy with your journey. To be completely honest, that is not the end. And yeah, I think just continue doing what you do best and pushing on and kind of showing everyone that you can do this no matter what. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you everyone, and yeah, all the best.
Thanks, Gita.
Thanks, Keisha, for doing